Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shavi Zane, and I'm coming on to bring a message for the chosen. If you find that this resonates with you in any way, please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and let us know how it resonates with your circumstance. So, chosen, I want to talk to you all about the importance of listening to your intuition, especially here in the age of Aquarius. You know, we're coming out of the age of Pisces, the time of belief, where people were easily convinced, right? All it took was for, the person to have the right words, the gift of gab, to be able to cast a few illusions. And it was easy to get swallowed up in the matrix, smoke screens. And people definitely used it to their advantage, especially the powers that were. They understood that it was a time where, illusions were easily created in the age of Pisces. And so a lot of people fell for the okie doke, and fell for a lot of the illusions that was cast before us at that time. But the fact of the matter is, we're in a new age now, in the age of Aquarius. We're no longer the time of I believe, but we are now in the time of I know. So that means in order to know something, you have to feel very strongly about what's being presented to you without a shadow of a doubt. There's nothing that can move you or sway you. And so this is that time where people are investigating, people are diving deeper, people are accessing their own Akashic records to tap into what they know versus what society is presenting to you, and influencing what you believe. Those days are over. But there are quite a number of people out here who are having a hard time letting that go. A lot of people are having a hard time accepting the fact that this is the time where you can't just pull the wool over people's eyes anymore. I had a situation today where, someone called me. I actually have my name being trademarked at this time. So I've already gotten the process done. And apparently my information, sometimes information can be accessible, right, to particular people when you do certain things. And so this company called me, and the guy was talking too damn fast. When people get to talking fast, it's because they don't want you to catch on to the subtle, mishaps. They don't want to give you enough time for things to register. So he was just talking fast, and I'm like, no, first of all, he was a foreigner, so he had a strong accent. And so anytime you have an accent, if you're legitimate, you ain't going to be just talking fast for no damn reason, okay? Especially talking over me, not just talking fast, but talking over me. And so he kept trying to convince me to purchase, this protection plan and all this foolishness, talking about they're the only people that I can get it from. And, I knew that it was BS. And so I called him out on it. And he quickly got off the phone. It didn't take him no time. As soon as I said, you're nothing but a scam, he jumped off real fast. It's like once you call them out, once you call them by their name, that's when they flee, right? And so this is a time where, people can't just be fooled anymore. You got to really listen to that intuition, that inner knowing that says something ain't right. Nope. If you got that feeling of resistance that says don't go, don't do it, don't buy it, don't partner up, don't take the position, don't get into the relationship, don't welcome that person back into your life, don't go that way, go the other way. If you feel those nudges, listen to them, because this is the time where your spiritual gifts are far more heightened. And so when you feel that feeling of resistance, it's for a very good reason. It's that internal compass that's telling you that's not the direction to go. So it's very important to listen to it, because you will save yourself a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of karmic, cycles by listening to that subtle voice or that subtle feeling, however it shows itself to you. Everybody has different ways of tapping in and connecting. For me, sometimes I know that particular things are being revealed to me, especially a strong message, when I feel a tingling in the back of my skull, the back of my head. For others, I hear people say their ears are ringing. For others, they say their nose itches, or their eye twitches, or, it's for some people, you just feel it in your gut. There's a sensation that you feel in your heart chakra. Everybody has different ways of tapping in. And the more that you pay attention to the patterns, the more that you'll be able to, the stronger your gift will become, because now you realize that that's not just a coincidence that happens at particular moments. You start to realize, no, this is my extra senses that are kicking in, that's telling me that there's something more than what's presenting, what meets the eye. And that you got to pay attention to those subtle, those nudges that you receive. And so, because people are having such a hard time of releasing the way that things used to be done, and, the false magicians that used to, pull tricks out of their trick bag, they can no longer cast illusions before you. It's very apparent that, they can't swindle you anymore. Those days are done. And so listening to your intuition is very, very important at this time. It's very important to recognize that those spiritual gifts that you naturally possess are being activated at this time in your life for a good reason. Not saying that they didn't always exist, but they're becoming much more noticeable to where, if you really pay attention to them, you're being proven right every time. Just to remind you that this is more than what the natural eyes can see. Okay, this is deeper than what society has taught you or what you've been reared up to believe. This stretches further out into what people would call the supernatural. And so, yes, your natural superpowers are being activated at this time, and it's very necessary at the same time too, because people are trying that much harder to see, can they cast illusions before you, and will it still be effective, because they don't want to accept that we're in a new age. But now you can look at a person, you can listen to a person, and you can tell if they're genuine. You can tell if they have the right intentions, regardless of how they try to spin it or swindle it or serve it up to you. I don't care how pretty of a platter they lay it on, you can still detect shit when you see it, right? Or when you smell it. And so it's very important to give yourself permission to utilize those gifts that you have been activating, especially now that you are rising into your divinity. And know that there are lots of tricksters out here who are being used as pawns to try to test and see, have you really activated your gifts? Do you really see beyond the natural? Do you see into the supernatural realm? Do you really have these gifts? Do you really have these powers? Is your third eye really open? Are you really that connected? Well, the answer is yes for the chosen. For those of you who have been doing the work, yes, not only are you tapped in, but it's well beyond the norm for many of you. Okay? People don't have to say anything. You're able to look at them and tell a whole lot about their life story. You're able to hear them have one conversation and be able to tell whether or not they're bringing their representative to the table, or if this is the genuine nature of who they are. And this is why being in your presence can be highly intimidating, because people know that you see beyond the representative. And for a lot of people, that representative is their livelihood. That representative is what attracts their friend circle. That representative that they present to the world is what allows them to maintain their job or their title. You see what I'm saying? And so you as a chosen seed, when you're able to see through that, that is highly intimidating, because that lets them know that the jig is up. And now they got to rewrite and try to find a different approach. Either that, or they just need to go ahead and heal so that they can get down to their authentic self and live the life that they was created to live. The time of the representative is over. The time of the smoke screens are over. The times of illusions are over. We are no longer being convinced to believe, but we are now being healed and lifted up to know. So that's my message for you all. Pay attention to those subtle signs and synchronicities and those internal feelings that you have when it comes to the people around you, and you will always win. you will always be directed in the right direction as long as you believe in the natural gifts that have been granted to you. That's my message for you all. If you have anything to add, if you want to share some of the experiences that you have had to, show you the importance of activating your natural gifts and utilizing them and how it saved you from unnecessary circumstances, then send me a message, leave a comment below, like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all next time.